Hey guys, welcome to Applied Research, Spring 2022 semester. I am so glad to have you guys in class this semester and look forward to a great collaborative semester. So this is your course introduction video. I'm going to point out some critical features and also go over the course and the schedule. So as you can see, the very first thing you will see as you open up is the news section, which has the virtual office hours. Monday 4 to 5 p.m., Tuesday 11 to 1, 4 to 5, and Thursday 11 to 12. And here is the Zoom link. You do not have to make any appointment. Just click on this link and join. There is a waiting room to ensure that everybody is like first come, first serve basis. So if there's already a student waiting, I will send you a message that in a meeting. So let's look at the other things. If you go on the content of your page, it is going to open up something like this. I am expanding the window. And so if you look at it, you already have a lot of things on there. The syllabus and schedules are uploaded in the folder that says syllabus and schedule. You have a course question discussion board, and I'm going to talk about it in just a minute. You have some important documents and rubrics. You have an IRB. If you go down, you have your week 1, week 2, and week 3 is going to start January 12th. So you have all of those things if you want to work ahead. So let's look at the syllabus first. So if you look at the syllabus, it's a 3 credit hours. Once again, it gives you all the office hours and where can you find the Zoom link. The class meetings, there are 4 mandatory class meetings. I have already emailed you guys about those meetings. So if you have any questions, let me know. But those are recorded in your grade book. Also, you have 5 points per mandatory meetings, and those meetings are very important to work on your research projects, get feedback, because there is so much that goes on in applied research that it is not possible to do everything via email. So here is the instructor response policy. Our primary way of communication is going to be through D2L. It is going to be through that discussion board. You have any questions, post or make an entry, post it, and I will reply it as soon as possible. If your peers want to reply, they are welcome to reply. They're welcome to follow up. They're welcome to post it, query about it again. This is for us to keep organized as we are going about. So when you come on the main page, here is your course question discussion board. I know you guys are already familiar with it, but you can just start a new thread and work through it. Put a title of related to your query. So if somebody else has that query, they can actually see that. So I'm going to go back to the syllabus. So that's one way. If you need to talk to me, more than welcome to contact me. Here is my office number. If you don't find me in the office, just leave your name and a number and I will call you back. That's the second way. The third way is you are welcome to email me with any questions and I'm happy to answer emails. However, anything related to assignments and logistics are going to be redirected to the course question discussion board. I want all of those things to be right over there. The fourth way is if you can't call me, email me, just email me your phone number and I'll call you back. Like, can you please call me? I'm happy to do that. We can also meet and schedule Zoom meeting outside of my office hours. We can schedule face-to-face outside of my office hours, all of those things. So there are different ways we can actually be in contact with each other. There will be a lot of communication throughout the semester so that individual needs are being met as we proceed through your research projects. Here are the textbooks. I have already emailed you about those textbooks. You do need the first 3. If you took Intro to Research at MSU, you should have the Reading Statistics and Research book. You're going to be using that for some of your assignments. I will upload handouts. You do not need the recommended books. If there are things that you need, I will upload PDFs of those. But those are good books to have for the future if you want to pursue your research career more. So basically, what is applied research? Applied research is a practical application of your quantitative and qualitative research theory. So it is taken after your intro to research class. During intro to research class, you did a lit review and had a research question. So in applied research, you actually use that research question to design a research study, collect the data, analyze it, and actually write a paper, a full paper. So this course has a lot of variables that happen because you have to get permission, IRB, and I'll talk about all of those things, don't worry. But it is built on the intro to research class. You have to contact me if you did not take intro to research class or you substituted it, because your lit review is also graded as a part of your final paper, which is 170 points. So there's no way you cannot not have a lit review. So those are things to remember and really be on top of it. So obviously you have your course objectives and learning outcomes here. You can read those, the standards, study hours, plagiarism, dishonesty. That's going to be very non-negotiably and consistently followed throughout the semester. If you are taking something word by word, you have to give credit to that person. Even if you paraphrase it, you have to give credit. Basically, if you have 4 words in the row, which are exactly what is said, then that has to be get credited. Internet sources are not research-based peer-reviewed. Please, please, please do not copy paste from the internet. You are going to be in trouble. I am telling you. Do not copy paste from the internet. This has to be peer reviewed work, and that's what we are going to be focusing on. Once again, this is your plagiarism. Grading. All your assignments are due by 11:30 on Sunday. It is not midnight. It is 11:30 p.m. on Sunday. If it is after 11:30, even if it's 11:31, late work policy is going to apply. The Dropbox have been set up in such a way that it would allow you to submit late work. However, I am going to take whatever is the time that D2L shows. So don't wait till the last minute. Technical issues, I was just a minute late, it took time uploading. All of those things are going to be very consistently set to be late work. As I said, there are a lot of moving variables in it, and I need it to be followed fairly and consistently as we move forward. You have to have a planner. Please be organized, and I'll help you be organized too. But it is going to be 11:30 on Sundays. No emails, attachment, hard copies, or anything would be taken. Everything is going to be uploaded through the Dropbox. If there is anything that has to be done separately, I will inform you. But as far as I know, there is nothing that we need to be doing separately. Late work policy is 25% per day per assignment late. So if you have an assignment for 100 points, and even if it is a 1 minute late, it is only going to get a 75%. You have till Sunday 11:30 p.m. The assignments are open almost 2 weeks, sometimes even a whole month before. Work ahead if you need to work ahead. Ask questions if you need to ask questions. Meet with me during office hours. Schedule something else. Come for the mandatory meetings. All of those are taken into account. But if it is not there by the due date, then it is 25% off. Now, I know that we all have a life, we all have families, we all have things going on, but that cannot be a reason for you to miss a due date when you already know when this is due. So please do not wait. Once again, do not wait the last minute to start your assignments. It is going to be late work by 25%. So here are all the assignments that are there in the syllabus, and then here is the grade point. As you can see, the grade point in A is at 93 to 100%. There is no rounding. It is taken by 2 decimal points. So an 82.9 is a B. Now, I do extra credit throughout the semester, and you will have extra credit which can help you bump up your grade. and other things. However, an 83 to 100 is an A, and 93 to 100 is an A. 85 to a 92 is a B. Projects required, this is actually 170 points, and then you have a presentation for 30 points. So you're required to submit your final research paper, which is 170, not 150, and then a presentation for 30 points. It will be a culmination from your work in Intro to Research and this course. You also need that research paper as a capstone project, or I think a capstone paper for your certification from your individual courses. So we are going to talk about all of those things too. So here are some of the paper requirements that you guys can read. So if you plan to graduate this semester, it is important you meet with your academic advisor to know the research requirements as to what needs to be submitted and when it needs to be submitted, because I have a due date, but that may be later than what is needed by your academic advisor. And so if you want those to be done timely and graded timely and all of those things to be done, you have to, let's talk about it. You have to meet with your academic advisor and get those dates. So we'll talk about those things. You will be doing a Cti Research Training. It is a training when you talk about human subjects are involved. It is an IRB Institutional Review Board, which reviews all the research that is conducted involving social behavior, which is the one you basically will be dealing with, but also like biology and all the other fields. If you have already done this and you have a training certificate and it is valid for this semester or this year, you can just upload that and get credit. You do not have to do it again. So those is another things that you need to do. There will be one mid-semester exam that is worth 50 points and details will be given. There are no redos on assignments. Excuse me. I strongly recommend that you form working groups or study groups through GroupMe on other things. So we are going to meet, and during that time when we meet in class meetings, you can form groups if you want. You can make a GroupMe where you can exchange information, all of those things. Meet via Zoom. Zoom is free, which gives you 45 minutes, 50 people, which is more than enough. Meet, talk about things, ask me questions. I am happy to come to your Zoom if the time is convenient for all of us. So all of those things, but I strongly recommend making study groups, working together, collaborating, and all of those things. There is no redo and there are no makeups allowed on any assignments. I'll provide explicit instructions. I'll make videos of the assignments. I will also go through on how to do it. You have to work on it. If there are statistics that is confusing, I'm happy to meet and have a study session, do all of those things. However, there will be no makeups or no redos. Already talked about the 4 times that you have to meet for class Zoom meetings. They are there on the schedule. If you have any questions about it, please let me know. IRB, I just talked about it. The IRB application, if those IRB applications, it's not only about submitting, it also has to be approved by the college. That's why the timeline is set up the way it is. If your IRB is not approved by the college and by the university chair by the end of this semester, and so basically, if you don't have an approved IRB, you cannot collect the data. You cannot collect the data, you can't analyze it, you cannot write your research paper. So it's an incomplete for the course. Your IRBs are not approved, you will have an incomplete. So those are really critical pieces, moving pieces in this course that we are going to work together to talk about I am going to support you throughout the semester to be successful. Please don't worry about it. I'll be sending updates. I'll be talking about things. I'll be posting on the news section. I'll be emailing you, doing all of those things. However, there are some things that you have to be on top of it. And IRB is one of those things. You have to be on top of it. You have to be collecting data. So let us now talk about extra credit. Yes, there would be extra credit opportunities during the semester as per the needs of the class. I have already talked about late work. So here is your late work. I will go by the D2L decision and will consider of your assignment 1 day late if it is even 11:31. Believe me, I need to be consistent about it. I'm teaching 2 sections of applied research and even intro, and all of these assignments tend to pile up. There is so much that goes on, build one assignment after the other, that we have to be consistent about it. So all of those things are right here. Computer or D2L issues do not provide an excuse. Extensive use of MSU D2L program is a part of the course, and so you should be familiar with D2L. If not, please talk to me. I will help you get oriented, do all of those things. So if you're experiencing difficulties, please contact the technician so that your D2L issues can be remedied as quickly as possible. Blank submission or submitting wrong files happens. We all are humans, it happens. If I have informed you that there is a blank submission or something is wrong there, you need to correct it ASAP. If I have started providing feedback to the students and then you are submitting it, then that means it is late. Dispositions and reading feedback is very important because there are going to be pieces throughout the semester that I said are built on one another, and so you need to use this piece to work on the other piece. For example, your research document 1, you're going to get a lot of feedback on research doc 1. You can revise it and submit it for your research doc 2 because it will have some of the same questions. And then you get feedback on it and you can revise and put all of those sections into your IRB to submit it. So your IRB is built through your research doc 1 and the research document 2. So all of those assignments that you have in the course are going to help you go towards your research project and doing those things. Once again, it is the academic honesty, and here I also provide a quantified percentage. If your work is 30% and above plagiarized, then it will receive a 0 with no credit and no makeup allowed. Participation, logging in at least once a week is very reasonable because you will be looking at assignments that are there to be considered for attendance. If there is an emergency that does not allow you to log in even one time in a week, please contact me as soon as possible. 1 week absence will result in 20 points lost from your earned grade, and 2 weeks absence will result in 50 points off and also an alert being issued and contact to your advisor. So that means you have not logged in almost for half a month on D2L. You've already missed those assignments and also have a 50-point loss. So that is a lot. Instructor drop. I have never had to do an instructor drop in a graduate class, but here is the policy for an instructor drop. You have some of your important dates, your online class requirements, computer requirements that are there. You already know that. Change of schedule. And all of these are related to any accommodations that you need, anything. Please let me know. I will support you to be successful in this semester. Your college policies, and then some of the references that we are going to be using. And I wish you all the best. But let us take a look at the course schedule, which is really important. So here is your course schedule. As you can look at the course schedule, it tells you what is due every week by 11:30. And so please work ahead if you want to work ahead. Otherwise, the way I have set it up, you should be able to do these assignments within the week that is there. Your assignments for all the first 2 weeks are already open, and this is also going to open up in 2 days, which you will have your assignment 1 and your AP assignment due. Here's your research doc. Now, as you can look at the schedule. All of these are already set up with readings and everything. If there are changes, I'll let you know. I will be updating the news section regularly. There is a final deadline for your IRB. An IRB takes almost 4 weeks to be approved. So you have to think about the way it is set up is you need that to be approved for your data collection, analysis, and all of those things. So this is your final deadline for it. I have also put a deadline before. Like I also have, you can always, let me repeat it. You can always submit your IRB application before because you need it to be done as soon as, approved as soon as for you to collect the data. So if you want to submit it before, that's great. Your research document too, you'll get feedback, and literally most of it is going to be a copy paste in your IRB application along with adding the other documentation that is needed. We are going to go through the whole IRB application in one of our class meetings also, the different sections. So you can obviously submit it before, and I will keep monitoring the Dropbox. However, the final deadline is March 13th. If your IRB is not submitted by this time, you are going to receive a 0 for that grade. You still have to do the IRB as a requirement for the course. You have to do the IRB. You are choosing to do an assignment and not receive a grade if you submit it after March the 13th. So this is something that is really, really important. You can see that there is a mid-semester exam that is due on the same week. Your IRB is literally going to be like a copy-paste kind of a thing and adding the documentation that is necessary, and I will work on those with you guys. And so you have an assignment that is basically, this is going to be your assignment. So there's a spring break and all of those things that are there. There are weeks reserved for you to revise your literature review. As you go through the different weeks, you are going to see what I mean by that. Your final paper, there is a change in the due date. It is Tuesday and not Sunday. I give you extra time. That means it was due it is due Sunday. It should have been due like the 24th of April, but I give you 2 extra days so that it is due April 26th. You have no assignment for 2 full weeks to be working on your research paper. So this is your course schedule. If you have any question, please do not hesitate to ask. I am here to help you be successful, and I am going to work with you. We are going to talk throughout the semester. I am so glad that you are near the end of your journey for your master's program. Can't wait to see you guys walk that stage. Can't wait to read your research projects. Can't wait to see what your wondering comes out with and where you collect the data and how you do it. So let's work together and make this semester to be a very successful semester. Best of luck, everyone.